Hey Kirby, so I want to pick your brain on something because I hear from people, and I think this is a common saying or a common thought is when people say that time goes by fast and, it feels like, they're losing time and all that. I've kind of come to the thought because only just speaking from experience, I don't think I would say for me time feels like it flies by. But do you think that or the majority of people feel that time is going by as fast as they say because they're stuck in, what's known as the rat race?
Oh, well, when you set up a routine, when you set up a routine, the more you do that routine, time goes by fast because you're just on autopilot. Uh, so just thinking for the 9 to 5 worker, they wake up, probably drink coffee, hit the shower, go to work, do whatever task they have at work, which is a routine. Then they come home, play with the kids, go to sleep, rinse, repeat, and do it again.
Right.
I remember when I was a, I remember when I was deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. To make the time go is you set up a routine. You wake up, you hit the gym, eat breakfast, go on missions, come back. Yada yada yada, and just keep doing it over and over again. That's what makes the time go faster. The people that it felt like the time was dragging was the people who didn't have a routine, the people who just was just trying to figure it out day by day, and that's what makes time go fast. And when it comes in the world of investing and come to the world of, trying to make more money, if, you're on an autopilot, then time is going to go by fast when you're just working, 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 working. And, you're still doing every holiday that's scheduled for us to celebrate. And then next thing you know, you look up, it's December. And now you're buying Christmas gifts. And then you about to rinse repeat it come January, the same thing that you just did the year before. Um, so yeah, it does go by fast when you're in a routine. For you, it's probably don't feel like it's going fast because you don't have a set routine that you're doing. So that's why it don't probably feel
Yeah.
like it's going by fast.
No, I mean, and I wanted to bring this up because we always talk about, the asset more valuable than money is time. And I've been conscious of that and always understood that we have a finite amount of time and try to, enjoy it as much as you can. And the way that I felt that or discovered that I can enjoy it is taking advantage of the time that we're given. And I think from seeing the people that do complain about oh, time is running out so fast, time flies by so quickly. I mean, when you really look at what's going on in their life, it's exactly what you've explained. And it's not like they've tried to utilize their time to create something, you know, better for themselves that can free them from, the routine of a job or something of that sort. So, and I also wanted to know, like, do you feel like your time is flying by fast, or do you feel like you're able to utilize every minute, every second, um, and it feels like it's going at the right pace? Because in a sense, it's kind of how I feel. I don't feel like I'm losing time or like running out of time so quickly, like people have said.
Well, well, usually in your people in your age bracket feel like they have forever, and usually you don't feel like time's going fast until you get over that hump about 30, 35, then it feel like it's going fast. But no, I mean, I still set up routines to this day. I mean, my routine is still the routine. I know at 3 o'clock in the morning I'm going to check the overnight markets, what's going on in Europe, what's going on in China for the stock market. And then I wake up again at 5 to just to see if anything new popped up on the MLS. And then I get the day started around 7ish. And then I know I like even every laptop and screen that I turn on, it's always a routine. It's this one, this one, this one. Then I go to this website and start reading news and what's going on. I do that every day. It's routine. So yeah, it's time moves faster than you want it to, but when you're in your, 20s like you are, people feel like, I mean, you still feel like it's forever, but time is moving faster. But it feels like it's moving way faster for people that know that the end is drawing nigh, as far as work and stuff like that is moving way faster because they know they haven't done enough to set themselves up for that quote unquote retirement life that they have, that they want to have or they plan to have when they first got into the workforce. Um, but yeah, but time moves. I mean, it's still the same time every day. I mean, it feels like it's moving faster. Do I get to do everything that I want to do in a day? For the most part, yes. But it's still things I slack on, that, but for me, it's all about the grind. I mean, I set up my, well, I'm gonna say I set up my life, but I'm not in it to enjoy. I'm just being honest. That's how I look at it. I look at myself as just being the sacrificial lamb to be the base plate for my family. I want my family to, enjoy everything. But I look at it as, hey, I'm here to be that foundation to keep elevating my family to a different plateau, and I'm willing to sacrifice every minute of every day I have to make that happen. I mean, of course, I watch, some Lions football on Sunday. I'll get my enjoyment out of that. I'll go out to eat with my son and my wife. I'll get enjoyment out of that. But besides that, I don't look for the enjoyments of life. I look just for what my purpose is, and I believe my purpose is I have to change my family tree. And if somebody is not going to sacrifice to change their family tree, then it won't happen. So that's how I look at it. I don't look for the enjoyments of life. Like I know people, oh, I want to travel, I want to go see this, I want to see the Grand Canyon. I don't care about none of that stuff. Only thing I care about is making sure my family never have to experience the life my descendants after me ever have to experience the life that I had growing up. That's my only goal. I don't have nothing else to strive for. I've did everything that I've ever wanted to do. So I don't have no goals to do anything else.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I've heard people in my age bracket um, say that they feel like time goes by quickly too. But I don't know. And I'm not trying to say like I've found the way to, have a longer life or anything. I just think that if you utilize your time to, what's important and take more control over your time and doing that by having financial freedom, I think that the time that you use is more controlled than when you're reporting to a job on dependency. Like if you have to have someone else set a routine for you, I feel like time would go by quicker because you're doing something that makes you feel trapped. If you didn't feel trapped, you could probably decide, what steps you want to take within, those walls or whatever.
I mean, it's absolutely true. Everybody always look at a job as a 8-hour gig. It's not. I mean, because just think of the time prep you have to do before you even go, then to travel to the job, then do the job. So the time prep before, let's just say that's 2 hours just to get there. And then the 8 hours you work, that's 10. Then the time getting back home. But then, oh, by chance, if you need more money, you got to give them more hours. So if you just think about it, that's roughly 10, 11 hours a day. That's half your day. Then you're going to sleep 8 hours. So there is no time. There is
Yeah,
no time.
right.
So just think of those people, the hourly workers that, the only way that they can make more money is to work more hours. So now really the time is really not there. And then there's some jobs that got mandatory overtime. So they can take 2 or 3 hours of extra out of your day. So the 8 hour job could turn into a 12, 15 hour job, and then you get your 8 hours of sleep. There is no time to do nothing else.
Right.
But you're 100% correct. The only way that you will be able to control the time in your life is if you control the money in your life. If you can't control the money in your life, then it's always going to be working for somebody else to get a paycheck to take care of your family. But most people, well, almost everybody works because of the decisions that they made. They decided to go get the house. I know everybody needs a house to stay in or whatever, but how you do it is many ways to skin a cat. But most people working just to pay the bills of stuff that they already bought. House, cars, credit card bills. Of course you got utilities, but it's always another thing. I mean, it's nothing wrong with getting a house, especially if you're in the military or like people that's your age. I mean, if you get three guys or three girls that work in your line of work and they just say, hey, why don't we make our lives easier? Is hey, get a 3 bedroom house, 4 bedroom house, everybody collectively pay into it, and then once that's paid off, let's do it again. Or rent that one out and let's do it again and let's do it again. And then now you control the money. Now you ain't sitting there at the job slaving, no, 12, 15 hours just to get extra money in your pocket. So, house hacking, instead of buying a single family house, buy a duplex, have the tenant pay most of the mortgage so you can stack more money to rinse and repeat and do it again and again. But that's how you control the money. If you get a paycheck and then you blow it by the weekend and you need to work to get the money back to pay bills and rinse and repeat, blow it on the weekend, you're going to give up majority of your time on this earth to a job to make somebody else rich. That's what you're doing. You're not
Yeah.
making yourself rich. You're making somebody else rich. So yeah. So a lot of it's not that many hours in the day, and a job takes a lot of it. So use that job wisely to untether yourself to it.
Yeah, I think that's the crucial part because I think, yeah, like we just said, if you don't control your money, then your job controls your time. I really believe that. Like, if you are dependent on your job is the one that dictates the routine you're going to have, the life you're going to have, the time you're going to use in your life. And I've always looked at it as like there, you have to find a way to break from that so that you can control your time. I think if you can get to the point where you control your time, even if you're as busy as, you were just explaining, up at 3 a.m. looking at the European and Asian markets, looking at the MLS, you're doing that for your time, for your legacy, for your family. You're making that decision. So even if you're working 24 hours a day, in pursuit of your purpose, I think that time is being utilized more efficiently than a time frame set to you by a job where you have to just, in a sense, and I know people are going to say, oh, well, you're getting compensated, but you're wasting your time. If you can get to the point where you can create financial freedom for yourself or your family, you don't have to worry about someone else stealing your time and you can dedicate yourself to what's actually your true purpose. But I don't know. I just wanted to touch on this topic.
Well, yeah, I mean, just closing it out is yeah, like you just said, they say you get compensated for your time, but the truth is your time only worth $15, $16 an hour when you know your time is running out.
Yep.
It's only worth 15, $16 an hour, $20 an hour, $35 an hour, hell, $100 an hour. Is it really worth that? You will never, no matter who you are, you will never get compensated for your time because it's finite. There's no amount of money on earth that's going to a job's going to pay me to compensate me for my time. So, like you said, everything that I do, my routine that I do is because I want to do it. Nobody tells me to do it. I want to do it. And it's something that's driving me to do the things, I mean, get the things and achieve the things that I want to achieve before I leave this earth. But there's no job on earth. I mean, contracting, non-contracting, whatever, that will compensate me the true value of my time. So I rather have my time than I rather dictate what my time is being used for than somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, guys, if you have any questions or comments or thoughts, let us know. We'd like to hear what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.